working with these greens, and I'm trying to hit that right temperature and value that I mentioned earlier. The value being the dark to light, the temperature being the warm or the cool. And it appears that that's about what I want. The light is always a warm source anyway. It's coming from this direction, spilling over and hitting across these Delphiniums, spilling down into this area here. So the combination of these greens and yellows gives the overall impression of the grass. Now we can add some greens to that, some fresh greens. But try and keep the temperature the value quite high. The next part of the process here is to do with these flowers. And earlier we had blocked them in, put in the basic values, the basic colors. Now we're going to start to delineate them and put in more of the detail to make them look like delphiniums. The selection of brush is very important at this point. I've got a fairly nice, I think it's called a bright, I'm not sure. And we're going to deal with those flowers right now. Bring the values up, look at those blues and make sure they're the right blue. I'm dealing with what I consider a warm blue. Picked out French ultramarine blue, bit of white, a little bit of rose. And let's take a look at my value. It looks to be about right for what I want right now. Do that there. Some warm, some cool. Now I'm going to start putting a few of those negative shapes in behind the flower, which will help delineate the shape of it. The dark green, a little bit of red to mute that green. And let's see what we have. Let's take a look at those flowers now. At this point, we're going to hit the high values in those delphiniums. We're bringing the values up from the middle values up to the final highlight, which is going to be the backlighting on this left side of the delphinium. So what I'm going to do is to hit that edge with a pure white, although I say that, but it's got a little bit of yellow in it because it's always nice to have a bit of yellow in a white, and just hit that edge right there with that pure color. And the reason I say it's not a pure white is because white on its own is very cool normally. It's not a particularly attractive part of your palette, but with the addition of yellow, gives it a beautiful warmth. So I'm hitting the outside of that flower with these shapes. Whatever the brush happens to do, it's what I use. It's not particularly detailed, but it's given the illusion of detail. And that's what I want, those random strokes. So what I've done now, I've established the highest value in this whole painting. These edges right here. We're going to have a few more highlights just here and there. A few over to the right. So we've established that highest value now. What I have to do now is to put in some of the lesser values that are slightly lighter, slightly darker, I'm sorry, and the same color. For instance, in here, a bit of pink, a little bit of pink. So I've got these beautiful rose, permanent rose colors now, and put them in very opaquely, trying to get some of the features of the delphiniums. At the right value. As we deal with the background, the sky is a very small part of it, but we're going to have to deal with it eventually. And the choice is up to you whether you make it a traditionally blue sky or green or whatever. It doesn't really matter, as long as it's the right value. What I chose in my original painting was actually a very interesting combination of colors. It was almost a sunset color. We had some beautiful pinks and oranges in there, and it's only part of the design. We're not going to spend a lot of time and attention looking at the sky. But I'm going to just block it in now. Try and get those values just about right. Let's summarize what we've done. We've blocked in the painting with the underpainting, the transparent colors. We've delineated the delphiniums with the darks in the behind. We've worked in the middle values. We've added the greens. We worked in the underpainting of the foreground yellows. And then we've gone back and added a little bit more detail and higher values to the flowers themselves. So in summary, this painting is almost finished. You can add as much detail as you wish at this point, but I think we've covered the ground of what you wanted to do. I wanted to simplify the whole process of blocking in. I want to make it as simple as possible, and I wanted to have you follow me through, be able to do it, and to gain confidence in each step of the way. So if this has been of help to you today, I hope you can join me again next time. So the whole point of this is to enjoy painting and have some fun. So goodbye for now, and we'll see you again next time.